Hello everybody, welcome back to another Expeditions Guide. Today we're taking a look at Seat by the Water, a contract in Wahweap Bay. For this contract we're going to be using two vehicles, and I will show you why, because along the route, kind of change this angle, but once we get over here we have a kind of a diverging point where we have to go north and south. So we're going to be following this route down, and once we get to the split, we'll take the Scout 800 up here and the Lodestar down here. So I have the Lodestar and the Scout 800 with me. And along with both trucks, I have a set of anchors on each truck for emergency purposes, as well as some strategic rock climbing we'll be doing along the route. So let me show you how to get there. So first things first, we're going to leave the eastern outpost, heading through the east out exit. And from here, we're going to spiral along the edge of the mountain here as we make our way down. Unfortunately, there really is not any good ways in or out of the outpost. Either outpost, really. They both kind of suck. Honestly, like, I like Wahweap Bay. I hate having to get in and out of these outposts. Hopefully that... I don't know. It's frustrating. I know it's not easy, but hey, that's... why I'm, working on these guides for you guys to make it a little easier to get in and out of these outposts and complete the various objectives on the map. Because it is a very challenging, well-constructed map, but it is definitely a hassle getting out of this outpost to just get anywhere to start working on any objectives here. So, anyway, that being said, as you saw, we spiraled around there, and we're going to go right through this mud puddle here. Take us out and over the other side here. Once we make it over here, we're going to climb down these rocks. Nice and slow, all the way down to the bottom. Once we get to the bottom, we're going to kind of get turned around here. So we want to make our way to the left here. Climb down these rocks. Use the path across here. And we're just going to follow this ridge line here. We're going to follow it all the way down until we get to a spot where we can get down to the lower level. So once we make it over here, we're going to make our way down to the lower level here. Once we get down to the bottom, we're going to head to the left here. Down these rocks and up this other side here. Alright, and from here we're going to make our way over to this ledge, where I'm going to drop the anchor on the Scout, put the handbrake down, and we are going to put an anchor right behind the truck here, attach to it, and just slowly lower ourselves down the canyon wall here. It's going to get us all the way down to the bottom here, and then we're going to go ahead and swap over to the Scout 800 here. And here we're going to go ahead and do the same exact thing here. Just kind of lower ourselves down the rocks here. I've seemed to have, oh my god, I brought Rock with me. Is that stuck underneath my vehicle? Is that what that is? Oh, that is unfortunate, but I think we'll be able to work with it. So I'm going to go ahead and swap back to the Lodestar. We're going to winch onto our Scout 800 and pull it along the path. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is go through this rock path here. And we're going to stay up to the right side here. That is going to allow us to cut across these rocks here. Once we make it up here, we're going to follow this plateau around the little pond there. And once we make it around here, we're going to head over to the path. There's a little, like a tire path here in the dirt. And we're going to follow this all the way down to the shoreline. Go across this little log bridge here. And here we will find ourselves at the very first pier. Which the pier is behind us here. There we go. East Pier is taken care of. Alright, once we got a photo of our pier, we're going to continue on our way with our truck in tow. And we're just going to follow this shoreline all the way over to the river ford that we'll be able to use to get across. So we're just going to kind of stick to the water line here. Once we make it over here, we're going to go through these rocks to get across to the other side here. And I have actually turned on the scout that we were pulling just to get a little extra power. Alright, once we make it to this island, we're going to go ahead and climb our way to the top here. We're going to use these rocks to get all the way to the top level here. I put that marker there, but we're going to go ahead and head down by these trees. That's going to get us down to our diverging point. So I am going to park the Lodestar right here. And we're going to go ahead and, let me shut it off, and swap to the Scout 800 as we continue the next part of the journey here. So once we've made it over here, we're going to go ahead and make our way down to the river shore. All the way down to the end of the island here. And from here, we're actually going to get into the water and just follow this shoreline all the way down. Once we make it over to this crossover point between the two islands, it's right up ahead here. We're going to cross up the middle here. And then head across this way. And we're going to cut right through the middle here. Go right between these trees. And then cut across to the next island. This one's a little trickier because we are kind of going up against the current this way. So I do have low gear and diff lock engaged at the moment, just to give us a little bit more traction coming through here until we can grab the tree. That'll pull us all the way through. Then we can put it back on auto. And I do appear to have a rock stuck to the bottom of my vehicle still, which is, you know, kind of making this a little bit more difficult than it needs to be, but that is okay. Alright, welcome back everybody. So, I went ahead and you saw me struggling with that rock under my truck. I actually just went to the main menu, reloaded, and we're all set. The rock has been gone. So, on that note, if you do run into that little glitch with the rock, all you have to do is go back to main menu and continue. Anyway, so, depending on where I decide to cut that, we cut across the island here and made our way across, and we're on our way over to the second pier. So, and it's kind of where we're headed, so let's just continue, shall we? So, we're going to make our way over here, and we're going to go to the left to kind of go around this rock canyon, or the little crevice there, climb our way up, and we're going to go ahead and make our way along the shoreline here. And right over here by the tree is going to be our second photo location point. There's our pier, West Pier. Alright, so what we're going to do now is I'm going to swap back over to the Lodestar. And I'm going to go ahead and we're going to top off the fuel tank, because we got a little bit of an adventure ahead of us here. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is make our way down to the shore here. And we have a bridge to build. So we're going to go ahead and build a bridge. And that is going to be 75 spare parts. And that is going to allow us to get all the way over here to this southern edge of the map. So we're going to go ahead and make our way across the bridge. And then we're going to go ahead and cross this island. So we're going to stay to the left side here. Then kind of zig and zag over to the right side. Not quite sure what happened there, but there we go. Alright, so we're going to make our way down here. And from here, we need to get across this little river ford here. There's a lot of rocks here, but it's really not super muddy. So we just got to make our way around the rocks. Kind of just going over, we'll go over the small ones, but we're kind of going around the bigger ones. And that is going to get us over to the other shoreline here. So once we get to the other shore, we're going to go ahead and make our way to the right. We're going to head up by these trees and climb up here. And we're going to follow this path here. Make our way up through the little rocky pass here. And we're going to head down the other side here. And we're going to stay to the right side. We're going to go right in between these trees. As we kind of follow this riverbank. All the way down to here, where we're going to cross down into it. And we're going to go and follow the river here for a little bit. Once we get across, we're going to make our way across over here by heading up to this left side. And there is an upgrade over there if you would like to grab it while you're along this route. I will not be grabbing that because I will be doing a separate video later showcasing you where that one, along with the rest of the upgrades on the Wahweap Bay map are and how to get to them. So once we make it past the upgrade, we're going to make our way down this path here, which is going to take us over to the river shore. Climb up the rocks here. We'll go through this pass over here, and that's going to take us right to our photo location. Once we make it over here, we're going to go ahead and turn the camera around, grab the picture of the pier. And there you have it. Seat by the water is complete, and this rewards a rear-mounted rack for the Tuz Actium. So, hope you guys enjoyed this guide. Let me know what you think. I know this is kind of a rough one with that rock under the vehicle. There's not much I can do about that, but I did find a fix. So if you do come across that, all you have to do is go to the main menu, reload your game. Stuck rock is what we got. So hope you guys enjoyed that. Hope that helps you, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.